The Breakfast Club. I'm just gonna start there. This is the most relevant thing that I have off the top of my head. Yeah, the Breakfast Club. It looks like Jess Hilarious might have got subtly demoted from her Jess with the Mess segment. It is no longer Jess with the Mess. It is now The Mess with Loren LaRosa. Me and White Man were doing just some research on all of the old shows.
You and White Man were finding forensics. I looked up. He was like, "Loren, play it back." 5 seconds. Right there. Hold on.
That's how niggas gotta be at.
Write that down. Record it.
Yeah. So let me hit start on this timer. Yeah. So it's now The Mess, and I wasn't sure at first. Shout out to JT. I think it was JT that sent this to me first.
Yeah.
City Girl.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that, not the City Girl, the classmate.
I don't know. We might have that kind of reach.
You're right.
No, not the City Girl. It's another person.
Yeah, like you.
JFK, the God. Sorry, he sent this over to me. And at first, I was like, I didn't want to like fully commit to like she got demoted, even though that's just gonna sound better in the title, just because at first it was happening when she was on vacation, The Mess with Loren LaRosa, but then we went through and waited for her. We watched the beginning of each segment and the episode, just like, okay, is she present? Is it still The Mess? And it looks like the Jess with the Mess thing has actually spun off and transitioned into a different show where it's like, Jess, fix my mess. Something along those lines. But let's listen to how
she
this
got promoted.
So she gave...
It don't sound like a promotion to me. It sounded like she lost her staple segment to Loren LaRosa, the new 4th member of the Breakfast Club.
What if she gave her... Okay.
Go ahead.
It sounds like she just kind of gave her some scraps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is the bone from the chicken I ate yesterday.
That I don't want to do.
Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't agree with that is because the rumor report when it was Angela Yee, that was you don't put throwaway topics in there. It's normally shit that's important that's happening right now. Jess Hilarious's new show, Fix My Mess with Jess, that's throwaway shit. That's callers calling in with a problem and complaint and her giving advice. That's some throwaway shit.
This is better for their positions though.
It is better.
This is better for their own, like the talent that they bring to the table. This is the best move.
Yeah, if we want to say like, if anything, she got demoted or the producers were doing producing.
Yeah, they just made
the show better.
To make the show better, because it's like, who owns would you even call it IP for Jess with the Mess?
The Breakfast Club owns everything.
The Breakfast Club, right?
Well, iHeart owns everything.
So is iHeart, and so Jess, she really had no choice. But what do you think?
She's been doing the Fix My Mess thing for a while too, though.
I was just about to ask, what came first?
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Year and some change or whatever.
Ah, okay. So they just said, we don't need you over here no more.
But do you think it was that
demoted?
It was that easy though.
That's what I'm.
It's all about the lens that you like view things through. Like it could be demotion, but anytime I've watched Jess do that report, it never seemed like her heart was in it. Like she was just doing it because this is what they gave her to do.
That was the position that the female filled on the Breakfast Club.
Jess, she was beyond the female.
Jess always has the attitude.
True.
I feel like she always has the attitude like she could be somewhere else. Like she has somewhere else better to be.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of her.
Like she's so busy outside of the radio station.
It's kind of true.
Is it though?
She be having shit to do.
Yeah, she's
like
on,
she got voiceover
shit with Kevin
she got
Hart.
voiceover work in Kevin Hart's cartoon and shit. Like there's been a couple things that she had to leave this to go and do.
Yeah. Loren LaRosa might have clocked more hours like in on the job just because she was going on maternity leave for so long too.
Yeah.
And maybe it's easy for Jess to kind of give up some of this power to Loren because Jess' position is so like in stone. You know what I mean?
Oh, like her position
like,
at the Breakfast Club?
I feel like her position is Loren. At any moment, she could be replaced. Like, yeah, it's cool that we have her now, but she's still not an official member.
She is now.
I think it would. I think from a consumer standpoint, it would hurt them though, because there's a lot of support. I feel like Loren LaRosa has her own fandom inside that community,
100%.
And so they will make if she got
this
fired,
is what the people want.
They would make enough noise for them to be like, all right, this is. We might have just traded Luca.
I just hope. Like 60% of that like fandom isn't directly because of Jess. and how good or how worse she is comparatively
But
to
that's-
like Jess.
It's a part of it.
It
But
is a
that
part,
is-
but
what
that,
gives
I
that
don't want to say
fandom-
that's most of it, even though I think it's due. I don't, who knows? Why
can't-
people like Loren, you can't really say.
You can't say most, but a lot of what gets that conversation traction is that comparison.
Comparison, yeah.
Is
They
the,
were saying
is the
that-
spite of putting her up to
against
put
her.
her down. So
Yeah, they said we were part of that,
Yep.
like pitting two black women against each other. Remember?
they just so happen to be black.
Right? Yeah, literally. Yeah, this
Yeah, like, to be
whoever was in
fair,
that position was gonna get
They
it.
could have
But
been
black-
Asian,
God,
but
black
Yeah.
women is that black pimping I'm talking about. It adds a little razzle dazzle to everything.
You're not
so
better
razzle
than that.
dazzle it, nigga.
Yeah,
That's
where's
your
your
job now, Al.
I did.
No.
A black woman demoted, put another black woman out of
Nigga
work.
got his salt pop
That's
hand
good.
up. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
You're-
If
Oh,
you
no.
were going to replace a black woman, you would do it with a black woman.
But your sprinkle is grass. It's not parsley. Like it's not like shit you would put on food. Your sprinkle is like it's not.
The whole
Like
pitting
black-
black women against each other. That's all I'm talking about. That's that black pimping. That's that black pimping that I'm talking about. That
Yeah.
niggas like to lead with.
That's what you're trying to get into.
Yeah, apparently I might as well. I just feel like everybody else is doing
You
it.
trying to
You know
get
what
that
I'm saying?
profit struggle.
I feel like we had a pretty open conversation the first time it came up, and then it was pitting black women against each other. I said, "Was it? Damn, I didn't know."
Are you okay with doing it again?
Yeah, we're here now. Look like Jess Hilarious lost. You know what I'm saying? And Lauren LaRosa beat her at her own job. And it didn't help that the fans were loving her when she was out on maternity leave. And this is one of those few situations where it seemed like the outcry and the fans got what they wanted. And everything has changed. It wasn't just with the mess. They changed it to the mess. Even the intro was different. They've even chopped up the intro leading into the segment. You know what I mean? So they did everything even on the back end, not as a trial run. They did a full switch over because they've done everything. It hasn't been announced, I don't think, because I don't watch full Breakfast Club interviews. Sorry, not interviews, shows. But yeah, it seems like a full transition, and Jess is taking a more lackadaisical. Because we also gotta remember there was also a moment when it felt like Jess was kind of trying to put her foot down or boss up on Loren LaRosa over time, and people started putting them compilations together where they were like, "Yo, Jess is talking to Loren kind of crazy." You know what I'm saying?
There
Like,
were a couple times where, like, it just felt like disrespect, and
Yeah,
you don't know how to
right.
take it. And plus,
Right.
you got this conversation of they against each other, they're rivals. We gonna look at it how we're supposed to look at it because it was framed that way.
And I mean, it's
But,
like we pick on FMAC. Like nobody really give.
It's
a-
all in good faith.
tied together.
But I'm just saying, like we pick on FMAC and it's nothing.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
nothing. It's
Yeah,
not even
but
tied together.
It's
her
not
doing
Chick
it-
Blackman.
But nah,
Black men
not even
putting
that.
black
It's
women
just-
against each other.
Well, because he Puerto Rican,
Yeah, and it's not.
you ain't a crab in a bucket, nigga.
Yeah,
You a Corona with a lime.
yeah.
Oh man, go ahead.
But nah, I was just saying it's not like it could literally just be nothing. Like it's a power play, but not really. Like Jess is kind of supposed to, nudge at Loren just a little bit, just a little nudge,
Yeah.
a little friendly nudge.
She's
every
a
now
funny
and then.
guy. And I think Jess is happy about
She's
this.
a comedian too. We can't
Yeah,
forget.
it's because it's less work for her.
I think Jess is genuinely happy about this because it's been a couple times where I probably had a group project and some nigga was eager to do the hard shit. I'm like, shit, go ahead.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out, nigga.
And like you
that's
said,
definitely what's happening for sure.
That's exactly. And so it's like,
because my pay didn't go down just because you took my
doing
section.
I'm getting the
shit,
same
yeah.
grade as you.
Yeah, yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
and like somebody said, she's beating her at this game, but not like everything else. Like Jess has whole other business ventures,
A whole
other
comedy
things
career.
that
Yeah,
allegedly, like things that
She's on tour. Wasn't she coming
Yeah,
to
she's
Raleigh?
on
soon?
tour, bro.
she was
And
coming
we were
around.
like, yeah, I think we
Yeah.
looked up her tour
Look it
dates.
up.
And
She's on tour.
yeah, she's on tour.
be touring.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of Jess's life, her not doing this report is nothing. It just frees up her mind and her time.
Low key, like she could really just roll out of work.
Yeah, this
and
ain't
just
no
pull up now.
This ain't no demotion.
Because that was what we valued. What that Loren was bringing was like, damn, she know everything about this little whatever this breakdown is. She's fully knowledgeable. Like that was
Yeah.
her value to it, and which made people be like, I thought I liked Jess, but damn, like this shit is it's just nice when somebody really knows what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So
Which isn't Jess's specialty. And
It's
it
not a
doesn't have
specialty.
to be. You
No.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
great in other shit. So just
Exactly.
move on and do that.
so is radio her thing then?
Yeah.
Is radio actually her thing?
One of her things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
because she's doing radio and she's doing a pretty good job.
She got demoted. That's what.
From one thing, 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 also doesn't do that report bullshit. Is he not?
he never did
Is he
it,
not
'cause it was-
valuable in radio?
He still does breakfast. He still does Donkey Today. Now, if that nigga wasn't doing Donkey Today, I'd be like, holy shit, that'd be crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, that's his thing.
I don't
the
think
female position was the mess or the rumors or whatever.
Yeah,
And she couldn't keep up. She couldn't keep up with it.
because she's not just a female reporter. She's an actual shooter. She's a person with an opinion and somebody who can make people laugh. To where she should have somebody reading facts for her to just what happened? All right, nigga, that's stupid. Woo. She shouldn't be the fact reader.
Yeah,
It's like you trying to make me pass the ball and I'm a shooter.
This just really doubles down to where they had to bring two people in just to replace Angela Yee.
Don't take my take, nigga.
It's true though.
Yeah, but it took two.
Because even when I'm thinking a bit about it in terms of basketball, okay, you thought you were a point guard, but you're better as a center, right? But it's like, are you good enough to be
That's
off?
a big lead.
It is, but are you good enough to be like off the?
damn.
But like, would she even make the cut of the team? Like, we tried you, nigga, at shooting guard or whatever. It just ain't working out for you. Do we bench you completely? She low key got benched.
She didn't get bitch. You're
She
making
didn't
this
get
more
benched.
than what
She
it
didn't-
is.
she didn't
I'm
get
trying
benched.
to-
She
didn't
You're
get
doing the
benched.
dance. nigga.
That's what I'm here for.
But normally when you dance, you fall. Be
No,
careful.
I'm graceful
nigga.
when I
yeah,
dance.
he's graceful when he dances, but when he hoops,
Graceful when you dance.
I fall.
but nah,
still
it's-
beat you.
I think that people didn't really understand why they liked Angela Yee. Like, because like you said, she was two parts, the information and like the messy shit.
She had
So
both.
what
Yeah,
people
yeah.
valued,
The personality.
What people valued was really like more informational than it was messy. It's just when she came with the messy, she came with the messy shit. So like what we're seeing
Well, she
now
was giving
is
information on messy shit all the
Right,
time.
right.
exactly.
So she
I
was
think
able to
all
do that.
people value information though. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
everybody just wants their information in an entertaining way now.
Right.
Like just reading the information isn't as. I can't
Not
even say
necessarily,
I
because
can't- I
Lauren
can't even
isn't
say that.
entertaining when
Yeah, I
she's
can't say
doing that.
either.
She
Yeah.
just
don't care about
She
that.
just
No,
tells
you're
me
right.
good
Yeah,
shit,
no, you're
which
right.
is good,
Yeah.
which is
fine.
perfect.
Right.
And like, it's hard to make the work and critique it, which is what Jess was doing.
It is somewhat
Like, you know,
entertaining though. It's like the cadence, the tonality, like all those things are radio things that make it more an
Make it
enjoyable
pleasing.
listen.
Make
you know what I'm
it
saying? So
pleasing.
there's an entertainment factor to radio in general, even when you're given the information.
Yeah,
and
but-
Loren does do it still in a little bit of an entertaining way because she
Yeah,
does
she's still
banter
strong.
and joke and
Oh,
do all
yeah.
that other shit
She's
in the
not
middle
no,
of it.
Yeah, she's not no like reading off a script
Yeah, it
like
ain't,
a mute or some zombie.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
good still.
Yeah, no, she's good. And she's good at what Angela Yee was good at, which is I'm reading what this is, but I can sneak a little comment in there
Right.
to make this entertaining at the same time. I'm not making a whole bit about it and like kind of losing telling the
point.
story.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can just boom, boom, boom. I'm in line, I'm in focus, and it works. But
Let's go here before we leave this segment. Is this a low level phase? Can we do without Jess?
no.
So I remember when we first talked about like Loren LaRosa. I won't say we were saying Loren LaRosa. I'm just saying like it was a better sell for Jess Hilarious to be the new third mic. Because overall on paper this shit just looks way better. She was the third mic. She went out immediately. Loren LaRosa came in, ran her segments better, and then they had their little there was like slight tension. Maybe this could all be fake tension. Now that we've had all four and all of us are accustomed to all four, could this be a way to transition Jess Hilarious out completely?
Why?
Because you have all four there so that they get used to Loren LaRosa, get her up to a level that we're like, Loren LaRosa, The Breakfast Club.
They would
don't
have,
think we're there
they,
yet?
They would
No.
have to re-roll
No, I don't think
out
so.
Lauren LaRosa.
I'm that's fine.
Like the rollout that Jess Hilarious got, that's not just for like a high and buy type of thing. This
No, it's
she's
not.
here to
She got
stay,
which
is why
throne, dog. You got to remember that whole they did a whole video promo.
It's still that we were in a couple times, but it's still a roll. There's still different ways to do a rollout. She already had the name, so we give her a grand rollout. If there's somebody that doesn't have a name, we slow feed them and introduce them over the next year or two to bring them up. And now we're just like, now you're just expecting my voice, so that when my other co-host goes away, it's like, well, we still have the foundation at least still. And it's
Lauren,
not- it's
Lauren
not as
doesn't have
alarming.
what it takes. Like, you like Lauren, but you wouldn't like watch her.
I don't watch The Breakfast Club for real anyway. But
Like, But
so none of this really matters.
yeah, none
to
of
him.
this look, none of this really matters. It's a podcast about podcasts, just like the video. But
I can still assess it.
But exactly. Yeah. But it's like Loren is kind of boring. Like,
is she?
No, she's not
first,
that.
Like you said, I don't watch The Breakfast Club and get entertained at all. Really.
I
don't have fun watching The Breakfast Club.
Not anymore. Yeah,
you can. I feel like having Jess there, she's that little bit of fun that gets people talking, that gets us talking, that gets people like kind of interested. Loren doesn't want to play the bad guy.
Nah.
That she would have to
play
take.
The bad guy
Nah, Loren LaRosa.
I've seen her play
Loren LaRosa says the shit that 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 used to say.
Yeah, Charlamagne.
Not to make it that dramatic, but it's just like she'll say the question that is like the one question on everybody's mind in the comments.
Facts.
She'll speak to that. Like Loren LaRosa, and she witty. She's not a stale, boring person
at all.
Doesn't like. She's not always in the prime, like, but you gotta watch some of the interviews, dog. Like Loren LaRosa holds her
she's
weight.
on point.
Yeah.
She was going back and forth with Mike Epps, like she be having banter, nigga.
But I think
and she go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say I don't think they trying to usher Jess out though. I think if that happens, it's gonna be more of a mutual decision. I think it would be something where Jess is like trying to do more of the other shit she's doing.
Okay,
and then
go back on tour more full time.
And then it's like, and if anything, honestly, if that happens, I think it would happen on a mutual level. And I think it would be because of how strong Loren has become. Like, I think Jess might end up looking at that as like, she might be better than me for this.
I can leave it again.
And I might be able to, and I might be able to skate away and like.
She would
They
respect
Jess too much to just phase her out.
Yeah,
and be like,
I think they want her here
hey,
too.
buddy, we don't really need you here anymore. So just go on and get up out of here.
And Loren, that's not how
They
it is.
respect her too much.
It's
for
not.
that.
Well, it's iHeart's choice at the end of the day.
It is, but I don't think they would. You think iHeart would do it that way?
Yes.
They wouldn't just fire her once they were tired of her being there.
They're just waiting on the contract to end.
They wouldn't get
Right.
Contract once the contract's up.
Yeah.
Then we reassess.
We don't need to resign. We'll resign her though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know. Obviously, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And even a job separation is literally impossible to say mutual. It's literally impossible for us to say mutual. Just like a breakup is like, well, who did it first, nigga? Who said I'm over with this shit first? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's never really mutual. Like,
I think this one would be.
I don't think so.
I think it would be. Jess Hilarious. The Breakfast Club isn't the hallmark of her career right now. She has a lot of other active.
It is the hallmark
gigs.
of her career right now.
You think this is
right
the
now?
hallmark of her
right
career?
Now, 100%.
You think this is what's making her her biggest bag? Like this is her main source of income? This is what she cares the most about? Because it seems like she be leaving this shit for other things.
I don't know about biggest bag, but definitely Hallmark, like in terms of like what's
health insurance.
What's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of her like
You think we gonna remember this era?
Breakfast,
we gonna this isn't a golden era of the Breakfast Club where we're like, yo,
this is far from
it's
golden.
not
Jess Hilarious.
It's not about her being good or her being great in this era. It's just like the Breakfast Club.
Right.
Like got to the Breakfast Club.
Right.
She's bigger than this.
And
radio as an industry is like, it's on
like,
the way out.
Even with us, like nigga, we're bigger than the Joe Budden moment. But shit, that was still a Mount Rushmore moment.
Yeah,
right.
You get what I'm saying, right. And like what we've done.
Damn, I hate that.
I think Jess Hilarious is gonna go on to do a lot of big shit in movies and like things like that. To where when she thinks back on her radio career, she's not gonna have any hurt feelings over that shit.
That's the thing. I don't think maybe I don't see her as a Tiffany Haddish. Is that who you're trying to?
Fuck is that?
What's a Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah,
but I didn't know who that was. Yeah.
Nobody did. I said
nobody's seen that person.
A Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
I don't really see her doing anything on that level.
Wow.
Of like,
I don't either.
Because she's not.
She ain't
first of all,
new.
Tiffany's.
I might have to look at her credits right now. Let's go to her IMDb.
She ain't new, bro. She's been around for about a solid 10 now.
She's been around.
She's been around as long as DC Young Fly has been.
She also doesn't have the chops as Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish is trash.
It doesn't matter. She's been in the game a long time though.
Yeah, true.
Well, so then she doesn't need the chops if Tiffany Haddish is trash and she's been in the game a long time.
Trash. Yeah. I think girls. The one movie that everybody like says she was phenomenal in, and it was like shit. It was girl. I still haven't seen it, but everything else that I've seen her, and I'm like, why?
You ain't like Night School?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Bro, nobody saw that.
I didn't see it. That was her and Kevin Hart. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But they say Girls Trip was the staple, like in terms of like peak Tiffany Haddish. It's the one thing I haven't seen. I've seen everything else.
I think you got to earn the right to be the same person in every movie, and she just did that shit from the jump.
Well, there's only one woman that can do that who looks semi-attractive, and that's her.
What?
Tiffany Haddish.
What's her look got to do with it?
What does her look have to do with it?
Her looks semi-attractive.
Yeah, like semi-attractive. Like she looks like pretty good. You know what I mean? Like she looks okay.
I don't know. It was something so jarring about it. I couldn't.
don't know. Yeah,
like, your response made me forget what I said. I was like, what did I say
it
to make
took
him
us
do
so
that?
far away from her skill. I was like, wait, we're talking about her looks too?
But I'm saying in terms of like, because you was like what she can do, and I was like, everything kind of goes into it. Like her looks, the way she acts. She acts like a typical ghetto black woman, but she has to look for it.
Yeah.
Also, 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝙬𝚃 don't got like the look.
And we know the industry isn't really about what you're capable of doing.
Hold up, I'm taking 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝙬𝚃 over
know.
Tiffany Haddish.
And what?
And if Tiffany Haddish can get the shot, I think 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝙬𝚃 can get the shot.
For sure.
To at least try to be that person. Which is why this radio.
Now.
Well, don't let him think about the looks.
Right, okay.
Tiffany Haddish, she's a beautiful young lady.
I was saying everything, but I mean, looks I'm not taking neither. You got it, both of them. Fucking, you can have both of them.
I don't want both.
Well, you can have them. I don't want them.
I'm good.
But yeah, nah, I don't think Jess.
Going once, going twice.
Does anybody want these women?
Who loves these bitches? But nah,
sold to Gary Owens.
I don't see.
Gary Owens knocked both of them.
Go ahead. Gary Owens ain't turning shit down. Gary Owens, he ain't turning shit down. If it's black, it's for him, boy.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, that's funny. But all right, yeah. Outside of that, I mean, we'll continue to watch. I guess we'll see if anybody else starts talking about it. If I do think Jess will be happy. I think everybody's gonna be happier.
Yeah.
I think Loren's happier because she's got a position that she feels like she deserves.
She got a little.
I feel like
she got
Jess,
routine.
Yeah, I feel like Jess is happier because she has less responsibility and something that she might not have wanted to do to begin with.
And it's easier for her to be absent.
It's easier for her to like show up and do her thing. And the Breakfast Club now has like somebody with some solid, like everything is overall better for the show. But yeah, I think that's it.
Bow.
Yeah.
Next topic.